Have you heard of Nocatee? Well, today we're in EverRange, which is a brand new master plan community created by the same award-winning developer. And the buzz is certainly in the air. Last week was the grand opening of Mariposa, where I got to tour 10 beautiful models by 6 prestigious builders. And trust me when I say that you'll want to keep this neighborhood on your radar, because there will only be 75 home sites here, and they're already selling quickly. One great way to do that is to subscribe to this channel, because I will have tons of informative content coming your way over the next months. Today we'll be touring the beautiful Atlas model by Riverside Homes right behind me, and you'll get a preview of coming inventory, including the only home available for under $600K, and we'll talk about who might want to buy here and why, including you pickleball players. That will make sense when we tour the amenities at the end. So let's get right to the model. The Atlas model, I'm excited to get you guys in here, okay? This is about 2,400 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. And we're gonna give you a walkthrough of what this model looks like, all the design options, the structural options that this one is set up with. We're also gonna look at the base plan, where you could build it, and also one quick move-in home that's coming. I just want to show you, first of all, we have a 2-story foyer, okay? Our stairs going up where most of our bedrooms are, and we've got this nice little entryway, space for some furniture, and a powder room up front. So very convenient on that. So your guests do have a dedicated bathroom. And remember, your primary or your owner suite is downstairs on your first floor. Okay. So first, we're just going to focus on the layout of this home, and then later we'll talk about the options that this model has and how it will differ from your standard Atlas plan. Okay, beautiful white kitchen on this. Look at those cabinets all the way up to the top, crown molding. Got the pendant lighting. We've got some lovely music to go with this home tour. All right. Okay, so we have a nook across from a flex room. Okay, let me show you the size of this flex room. I love the music, man. I don't even have to add music to this video. Very relaxing. Don't fall asleep on me. Nice living area in here. Okay, just so you know, we've got 10-foot ceilings. That is standard. And we've got smooth walls. That is also standard. This is most likely luxury vinyl plank. I'm not sure. Sometimes I have a hard time distinguishing between that and wood, just based on the look. But just know that tile is going to be standard, and carpet in the bedrooms. Good size cover lanai right here on the corner of the house, opposite your owner's suite. Let's take a look at this owner's suite. You can see that we've got room for sitting area, if you like that. All right, let's take a look at the primary bathroom. We've got an extended shower on this one with the rain head addition as well. So very spacious. Dual vanities, of course. I like the design choices in here, right? It's always good to kind of see this. Maybe you can steal from this when you want to build your own. There's your WC. Now, the light is broken on here. I wonder if that's what those guys were working on. Trying to figure that one out. But, you know, this community is brand new. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. I imagine there's a couple little ends, loose ends they need to tighten up. right. Let's take a look at the appliance packages here. We got Frigidaire, Professional. This is a natural gas community. So we've got a 5-burner, I believe that's a 30-inch gas grill. The hood is vented out. You have a drawer stack underneath. Okay. And soft close on the cabinets and drawers. All right, let's take a look at the pantry real quick. This one makes use of the space underneath the stairs. So you may have to get creative there, but you can use that space. And we've got sort of a drop-off zone, what they call on the plan a mud room. And so you can see this custom drop zone that they've added here, which is really nice. That is beautiful crown molding, or I think technically that is cove molding. That's really pretty. And this looks like 8-foot doors, or 9-foot maybe 9-foot in this model. Yeah, those are pretty tall. Okay, take a look at this laundry room. Again, how pretty is that with the cabinets running into the molding up to the ceiling? That is really nice. Okay, sink in the laundry room. Man, those cabinets are really pretty. Love that. All right, let's take a quick look at the garage. This is a 2-car. Important to know that this plan is going to be on a 40-foot lot, so you cannot put a 3-car garage on a 40-foot lot, even though, don't be confused, but this model is actually on a 50-foot lot. We do have a water softener loop. That is also standard. And I think that's a very important, because I always mention Florida has very hard water. I'm sure you know that already. But if you're not from here, you probably want to get your water tested and strongly consider a water softener. Okay, so really pretty design options down here. They did a great job on this bottom floor. Let's take a look upstairs where we've got, okay, again, just take a look at the 2-story floor and all the light that's coming in up there into the loft. Okay, so we have a flex space downstairs, and we have a loft up here. Those are kind of your common areas, and lots of windows up here. Nice tray ceiling. Cool. Important to have that loft when you got 3 bedrooms, right? These kids are going to want some space. So let's take a look at these bedrooms back here. And then we're going to go down and look at the options. Maybe you like this one just like this. Kind of give you an estimate on the price of what it would take to build this. But we'll review those options. Okay, we got linens. Well, we got AC here. What is this? Yeah, got an AC unit there. AC designs. Okay, now here's your other ensuite. Now, I'm not going to lie. I do find this to be a little bit wonky because this is the closet here. So you're going to have some issues maybe with the doors hitting each other. But this is an ensuite, so we have a walk-in closet on the other side of your bathroom. So we'll just take a look at that. But keep in mind, I have a solution. I have a solution for this. Or they have a solution, right? I'm not the builder, but but I do know a good amount about this floor plan. I've been looking at it and studying it and researching it a lot. Okay, here's your bathroom. I love this color. It's going to be 1.5 centimeter quartz on all bathrooms. It's going to be standard. Just take a look at the fixtures. All right. Nice corner windows on this one. Pretty cool. It's definitely not a dark house by any means. Okay. Now, if you don't have an ensuite up here, this is going to be your bathroom servicing all three of these bedrooms and the loft. I'll tell you what I think about that in a minute. I like this color. I like those fixtures a lot. Especially with that tile. Are you good at design options? I mean, you'll have a design meeting when you purchase a house, but man, that is definitely not my strong suit. I don't know if you guys are good at that, but hopefully I'll get to see what your house looks like. So we have another bedroom up here. This feels like a little bit larger. I will have the dimensions on here for you. And we've got a walk-in closet, okay? So I just want you to see the footprint of that. Just have that typical wire mesh shelving. It's going to be standard, and you'll see that a lot in most builders' homes. Okay. And same thing here. Okay, so what do you think about this? 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, just about 2,400 square feet. Got the loft upstairs, you got the flex downstairs. Your owner suite is downstairs. You don't have to go up and down. Does this one work for you? Got a flex space, you got a powder room. How does this kind of stack up to what you are looking at? Again, we're just talking about the model as it has been laid out. Here is the elevation. Here's the actual picture. This is elevation B. Most floor plans that we're looking at have 2 to 3 different elevations to choose from. So keep that in mind. This is elevation B. And I mentioned this before, but I just want to highlight the fact that this is sitting on a 50-foot lot. It's lot number 3, which is near the entrance of Mariposa. But when you build this plan, you're going to be building on a 40-foot lot. This one does back up to EverRange Parkway, as do most homes here. And yeah, I do kind of want to show you out back there because that's an important question that a lot of buyers do have. But just as a reminder, 2 en-suites. Okay. One, your primary downstairs, and the flex and the loft, just under 2,400 square feet with the structural options. And this one does have some significant structural upgrades, and we'll kind of go over that. Now, the most wonderful site agent here let me know that if you're going to build something similar on a 40-foot lot, this is going to be in the low to mid 600s. Okay, low to mid 600s for this build on a 40-foot lot. And we're going to take a look at the base plan, the price, and kind of compare and see what you will get on the base plan and what options you could trade out. So before I do that, I want to show you what they've got going on back here. Okay. I've already heard that this is a concern among some buyers is, what's this traffic going to be like? Well, tell you what, right now, not much traffic besides the construction. But look what they've done. They've got a berm, and they've got some nice landscaping. And yeah, this landscaping is going to fill in a little bit. I do anticipate that they've put a little bit more behind the models than they have down the row, but I can see it looks pretty good. Is that going to block the noise out completely? No, not a chance. Right? So just know yourself, right? If you are very susceptible to road noise, you probably want to try to avoid that area. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the base plan. Not a problem. Hey guys, how are you? All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this. I'm telling you, this is a busy place. When I say this is a busy place, I'm not just blowing smoke. I mean, it's hard to get time in these models where nobody else is coming in. A lot of buzz in this neighborhood. Now we're talking about the standard Atlas plan so that we can look at like what is the difference between the price and maybe some of these structural options. First thing I want to highlight is the fact that I put the elevation A here compared to the B. There's not a huge difference, a little bit of color scheme. This has some vertical board and batten siding, and this is all horizontal lap, just so you know, but this is the base floor plan, elevation A. Okay, just so you know, there's about 15 lots. There are 40-foot lots available. That's what we're talking about to build this. Most are on the water and or on EverRange Parkway, which we just highlighted, right? Okay, the standard plan is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 with a loft, and it's 2129 square feet. That plan starts at $539,900. Now, what does that mean? That is before you choose your lot premium, before you upgrade your elevation, if you want to do that, before you add any structural options or design options on the home. So I thought it would be important to say, okay, first of all, what are the structural options that we have in this model? How is it different than the standard plan? So let me highlight a couple things to you that I think are going to be important. Number one, those are huge sliders. They take up basically that whole wall. That is an upgrade. All right. This right here, what we're looking at is technically a nook with a flex option. That comes together as one structural option. If you do not have that option, here's what it's going to look like on the floor plan. We're going to take a look at it. Those walls are not closed in. That's going to be what they call the cafe. And it's basically right across from your family room. And that's obviously going to take away the space here, which is going to add space outside next to your owner's suite. Okay, so just keep in mind, this is one of the major structural options right here, the nook with flex option. That goes away. It's basically just kitchen to living, and you have the cafe over there. Maybe you prefer that better. Let me show you one other key structural option here in the owner's suite. We've gone from 2 windows to 3, letting more light in, and we've added that little sitting room bonus there. Okay, that is a structural option that you'll have as well. Obviously, well, maybe not obviously, this is a gourmet kitchen. Okay, so that's also a major upgrade. And one that I also think is very important here is normally this pantry would just stop right here at this door. That's going to be your standard. And that is actually going to be space in your garage. Okay. So this is the alternate garage entry. We've got laundry room, and what they're calling mud room right here. Okay. Whereas standard plan is going to be just the garage there. And you're going to have more storage area in your garage. So right now, you can see just this amount of storage area. Well, you can push that back, and then you have a laundry room when you enter in. And this will be storage as well for you instead of the pantry. Personally, I like the structural option that they have right now. I think it's a very smart upgrade. Of course, if it fits in your budget. Let's just take a look at that from above. Okay. Here is what it's going to look like standard. There's your pantry, kind of on the small side. Understairs storage you can access from the garage. More storage in the garage on this side, and the laundry room is there. Whereas right here, you can see laundry, mudroom, larger pantry. What else? Upstairs. Yes. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to mention this to you because I think this is really important. Look, When you've got 3 bedrooms and a loft upstairs, you're going to want to have more than one bathroom, I think. I think it's going to, I think that could cause a lot of problems between the kids, potentially, depending on who you live in the house. First thing is you'll want to know that you can upgrade this to a dual vanity. So in the absolute least, put dual vanities up here so the kids aren't fighting over one sink. This ensuite is a structural upgrade, right? That's my point. Now, if you don't want to deal with this issue here, right, where the doors are going to hit together and all that kind of stuff, my suggestion is, if you're okay with it, you're going to take a little bit of room from your loft and you're going to make this into an ensuite instead. I think that's going to help the flow up here. So just have this as a normal bedroom, and this one right here would be an ensuite. Yes, your loft will be a little bit smaller, but just know you can have a different ensuite upstairs to sort of solve that problem. All right, let me see if I missed anything that I think is important to go over with you. All right, we talked about the alternate garage. Yeah, we talked about okay, I didn't mention that in the bathroom, your options in the bathroom. What they have in there was an extended shower, but you could also have a smaller shower and a bathtub. All right, so hey, if you like to soak in that tub, just know that that is an option for you. If you do want to build, you might want to know how much these lots cost, what's available, because they've already sold some, and take a quick look at the site map. So let me just show you this right now. Your orange lots over there, close to the amenity center. I'm going to take you on a little tour of that pretty soon, even though it's still under construction. I want you to get the idea of what you're going to have there and how special this is, because it's very close to the amenities. The orange is your 40-foot lots. Now, there is another builder that's building 40-foot lots. So please subscribe. You don't want to miss anything. I'm going to cover everything in EverRange with great detail. The blue is 50-foot lots. So just know that you can also build on a 50-foot lot here with Riverside Homes. Just focusing on the 40 today. And we got just about 15 40-foot lots left. You can see, as I mentioned, most of them are on EverRange Parkway or on the water, but you do have one that's sort of on a cul-de-sac, very close to the amenity center, maybe too close, depending on what's important to you. And I want to highlight this lot for you right here. This lot right here on the corner, it is the only interior 40-foot lot from Riverside available. That is a 0 premium lot. Keep that in mind. $0 on that one. 19,000 is what we're looking at on EverRange Parkway. Okay. When it comes to the water, we're looking at 29. So 10K difference is what they're saying between that water view and EverRange Parkway. Okay. 50-foot lots, that'll be coming in another video. That gives you a good idea of where you can build these. Last but not least, if you don't want to wait 6 to 8 months to build, there is an Atlas that is coming soon. Okay. First of all, it is elevation B. That's the same elevation as the model, but the garage is going to be on the left. Okay. Quick move in. It's supposed to be 90 days or less, but this one is pushing to August. But I guarantee if you get this under contract, they'll get it done as quickly as possible for you. There's the information. You can take a look at it online. And it is more, well, I was going to say it's more standard, but it does have the Nook and Flex option, just like this model. Okay. Nook, Flex, instead of directly to family room and cafe. So keep that in mind. And it also has the alternate garage entry, which I like a lot. Just keep in mind, it does not have that additional ensuite upstairs. So I don't know if that's going to be important to you or not. You will know if you need that additional ensuite upstairs or not, but I told you it's not in there. So 2283 square feet, And this one is available right now at $589,900. Guys, I know everything that's available in here right now, and this is the only home right now that's being marketed in all of Mariposa, that's all 6 builders, for under $600,000. That is a fact. You can take it to the bank. So may want to have that in mind, because maybe you want to get into this neighborhood as soon as possible. Well, this is estimated completion in August. I'm going to show you exactly where this lot is. We're going to walk some of the lots, and we're going to take a look at the amenities right now. I'm going to have to compete with the noise of construction, but that's okay. Here we are at lot 15. This is the Atlas that's going up right now, the quick move-in home that I just mentioned, the only one under 600K. So I want to give you an idea of what's around here. And then I'm going to show you a couple other lots and their cost, just kind of review the cost, and then we'll take a look at the amenities. All right, so let's turn you around right here. Remember, this is EverRange Parkway, and you can kind of see that they do have some nice landscaping, but it is going to take some time for that to fill in. And of course, it's not going to block 100% of the noise. We know that. It was a little bit thicker down there. You can see right there where my finger's pointing, that's where the models are. So this is the street, and that is the entrance on the other side there. Okay. You're at this crossroads here, this street, I think Whispering something and Mariposa. And all these lots that will be down on this side are going to be 19,000. And then there's a little bit of water. I'm about to take you over there, and those are going to be 29,000. And then we're going to head down to the amenities. All right, guys, here we are, water side here. We're looking down at the amenities. And like I said, on this row, you're looking at 29K to look across that water. Pickleball players, this is important for you guys. I am in front of the pickleball courts. This is not for tennis players. I'm sorry. I don't have a dog in the fight, okay? I like watching tennis on TV. I tried playing pickleball. I was terrible. But pickleball is huge here, and EverRange realizes that, and they just went with 8 full, solid, tournament-style pickleball courts. There's no tennis lines on here, guys. These are 8. There's 8 pickleball courts, and they told me that these gates are going to be locked up so that nobody from the public can try to sneak in. So it's only going to be for residents. And this surface is apparently a special surface designed specifically for pickleball, some type of a rubber surface that's a lot better for your body than the concrete, and also kind of keeps the noise from the ball bouncing down, which is important because some of these are really, really close. But I would imagine if you want to be this close to the amenity center, you might like pickleball, and you might love being able to walk down here and play pickleball constantly and super easily. So it's a great location for that. Now, let's talk about what else is here in the amenity center and also the fees. Now, roughly speaking, don't hold me to this, just rough numbers, HOA is about $1,000 a year, and CDD fee is about $3,200 a year, depending on your lot size, okay? So that's gonna get you access to the amenities. There's nothing extra or additional in the HOA. It doesn't include internet, doesn't include lawn maintenance or anything like that, okay? So just the maintenance of the common grounds and these amenities. Now, I'm gonna show you some of these as well, but obviously it's not all finished. You kind of have to have a future vision, and maybe I'll throw in some renderings so you can kind of see what it looks like. One of the things they did very well here is tons of shade over the playground, shade over the pool, because obviously, guys, it gets hot. I have kids, and it's a tragedy when you see a playground that is just like extremely hot with no shade, no trees, because it's just sitting there. It's a waste of money. No kids are using it. It's hard to get kids out of the house anyway. But hey, if your kids get out of the house to come enjoy this pool, enjoy this playground, there is shade for you and them to enjoy. What else do we have here? So we got an awesome pool and amenity center. There is not a fitness center, but there's like a really cool common area, and I'll show you some B-roll of this. And they're not gonna be selling food or drink in the amenity center, but they're gonna have plenty of food trucks that are gonna come up. So you'll be able to buy stuff and eat in and around all these areas. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to show you as much of the amenities as I wanted to. I got busted for not having the necessary protective gear on. But anyway, I hope that gave you an idea. Hey, if you're interested in the active adult community here and all the models, go ahead and check out this video right here. And if you're interested in working with me, letting me help you with your next purchase, check out this video right here with next steps. My name is JP, and until next time, people before property.